Welcome to Weydii 252. I'm your host, Chamad Hashi. Thank you for tuning in. And today's news headlines are: Somalia, Egypt pledge deeper ties as Cairo plans embassy reopening in Mogadishu. The president of Puntland issues a strong warning to the SSC Khartoum administration and cautious Villa Somalia. Somali Defense Minister denies federal troop deployment to Sanag, Seoul. Mayor of Mogadishu chairs meeting on enhancing capital's security. Somalia, UK co-chair high-level meeting to advance Stability Fund work plan. Sadma UAE ambassador discuss humanitarian aid and drought response. Netanyahu, Trump discuss forced transfer of Palestinians out of Gaza. Good evening and welcome to the news. First tonight, Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held bilateral talks on Monday aimed at strengthening diplomatic and strategic ties between the two nations. Meeting at the presidential palace, the leaders reaffirmed their commitment to closer cooperation in security, education, health, and military sectors. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi announced Egypt's intention to reopen its embassy in Mogadishu, signaling renewed diplomatic engagement with Somalia. The two sides also reviewed progress on the August 2024 cooperation agreement, pledging to accelerate its implementation. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud thanked Egypt for its continued support in Somalia's stabilization efforts, including counterterrorism, and emphasized the importance of region solidarity. President el-Sisi praised Somalia's strides towards national unity, peace, and development. The meeting underscored growing people-to-people ties and Cairo's long-standing role in supporting Somali state-building efforts. Puntland President Saeed Dani warned the federal government of Somalia against interference in the affairs of the Sanag region, where politicians aligned with President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud's governments are reportedly attempting to organize meetings aimed at undermining the existence and the unity of Puntland. He also issued a stern threat to the SSC Khartoum administration, accusing them of being involved in the political tensions in the Sanag region. SSC Khartoum once made a misstep and you were tolerated. The fate of Sanag and the highlands lies with Puntland. They choose Puntland. If you now decide to form your own separate administration, then stay within the limit. But if you choose the line turning things into something you do not deserve, we do not owe, the matter will escalate. Stop the interference, said President Dani. He continued, to the leaders of the federal government of Somalia, I am disappointed in what they are doing. If there are officials from the Sanag region who hold positions in the federal government, let them remain focused on their responsibilities. Puntland does not need interference or political instability. I strongly warn the federal leadership they must refrain from such actions, President Dani added. Somalia's defense minister on Tuesday dismissed social media claims that the federal government has moved troops into the contested northern regions of Sanag and Seoul, claiming the rumors baseless and unsupported by evidence. We categorically deny that any federal units, advisors, or equipment were dispatched to Sanag or Seoul. Defense Minister Ahmed Muallim Fiqh told reporters in Mogadishu, there is no operational need for such deployment, nor has one taken place. Defense Minister Fiqh said, those spreading the story have provided nothing beyond emotional rhetorical, accusing unnamed political actors of trying to stir tensions in areas already claimed by both Somaliland and Puntland. You cannot say that federal government fails to control Mogadishu and in the same breath insist it is strong enough to send battalions hundreds of kilometers north, he said. The governor of Banaadir region and the mayor of Mogadishu, Dr. Hassan Mohammed Hussein Mungab, chaired a high-level meeting today at the headquarters of the Mogadishu municipality to review and accelerate ongoing efforts to strengthen the security of the capital. The meeting was attended by the Deputy Governor for Security and Politics, Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Diria Yahboh, and featured details briefing from senior officials of the Banaadir Regional Police Commander, the National Intelligence and the Security Agency, and the military police. Mayor Mungab commended the tireless efforts of the security agency in maintaining peace and stability across Mogadishu. He urged continued collaboration and called the swift implementation of enhancing security measures to ensure the safety of all residents. The Minister of the Youth and the Sports of the Federal Government of Somalia, Mohammed Abdul Qadir Ali, held a fruitful meeting with the Ambassador of Qatar to Somalia, Dr. Abdullahi bin Salim Al Nuaim, as Somalia expects to participate in the Arab League sports, which will be hosted by Doha. The meeting focused on Somalia's participation in the Arab League sports hosted in Qatar. Minister Ali briefed the ambassador on the improvement made by the ministry and their effort to support and develop the Somali youth. The ambassador pointed out the importance of the bilateral relations of Somalia and Qatar and the support needed to enhance the Somali youth, the sports infrastructure, and the youth development. The minister thanked the Qatari government for their unwavering support to the Somali people and particularly the development of youth. Commissioner of Somalia Disaster Management Agency Mahmoud Muallim Abdullah met UAE Ambassador to Somalia, Mr. Ahmed Juma Al-Rumaithi, to discuss strengthening humanitarian assistance and tackling drought. During the meeting, both officials reaffirmed enhancing bilateral ties in the fields of humanitarian assistance, particularly ways to deliver emergency aid to the people affected by the drought in the northern region of the country. The two sides agreed the need to deliver emergency aid and tackle the drought that has affected the people in those areas, as the agency expects to implement water wells in the areas that regularly suffer the issues of drought. The commissioner informed the ambassador of his visit to the UAE and that he intends to have a meeting with the humanitarian and emergency agencies. The visit comes amid Somali regions faces drought that requires foreign assistance and given the long-standing relations between the two nations. The ambassador expects the humanitarian support to be increased. Ambassador Ahmed vowed that the Emirati government will work very closely with the agency and will soon deliver a shipment of aid to people facing humanitarian issues in Somalia. In other news, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has met United States President Trump at the White House, with the two leaders repeating their controversial proposal to forcibly transfer thousands of Palestinians out of the Gaza Strip. Trump and Netanyahu met for dinner in the Blue Room of the White House on Monday as indirect talks in Qatar between Israel and Hamas on US-backed proposal for the 60-day ceasefire to halt the 22-month Gaza war appeared to gather some momentum. Netanyahu told reporters present at the meeting that the US and Israel were working with other countries to give Palestinians a better future, suggesting that the residents of Gaza could move to neighboring nations. If people want to stay, they can stay, but if they want to leave, they should be able to leave. It shouldn't be a prison. It should be an open place and give people a free choice, Netanyahu said. We're working with United States very closely about finding countries that will seek to realize what they always say, that they wanted to give the Palestinians a better future. I think we're getting close to finding several countries. That's all for today. We'll be back with more news updates. Until then, stay tuned with Weydii 252. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. It's good night from us.